Just because it makes you laugh doesn't mean you get a pass. How many times have we said something and that's inappropriate, maybe we shouldn't have said, but we follow it up with, I'm just kidding, J/K. Didn't mean that, ha ha ha. I think sometimes we do that and we hide behind the just kidding and we don't realize the weight that our words hold and the impact that it not only has in the person in the moment, but also the impact it's going to eventually have in eternity. The Apostle Paul writing the church at Ephesus in Ephesians chapter 5, I want you to look at the context this is said in. It says in verse 1, it says, imitate God, therefore, in everything you do, because you are his dear children. Live a life filled with love, following the example of Christ. He loved us and offered himself as a sacrifice for us, a pleasing aroma to God. Let there be no sexual immorality, impurity, or greed among you. Such sins have no place among God's people. Obscene stories, foolish talk, and coarse jokes, these are not for you. Instead, let there be thankfulness to God. So literally, Paul is placing coarse joking and saying inappropriate things in the same context as sexual immorality and greed and these other sins, that eventually he goes on to say, and further down in that chapter, don't be fooled by those who try to excuse these sins, for the anger of God will fall on those who disobey him. So he's saying, like, you can't make an excuse for this and think it's going to be okay. God will hold you accountable. It makes me think of what Jesus says when he says that we will give an account and stand before him and be judged for every idle word that we say. What that means is the words that we say that really didn't mean that, it was just in an argument, or I was just joking, or I was just trying to get a laugh, that really doesn't cut it with Jesus. He's going to make us stand and give an account for every word that comes out of our mouth. Our words matter, they hold weight, and they ripple into eternity beyond us. So make sure you're guarding what you're saying. I love what the Psalm says, where it says, Lord, let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in your sight, O Lord, my strength and my Redeemer. Especially for us who are of the household of faith, who love Jesus with all of our heart, we need to make sure that we're being very careful with what we say and the witness we project by the jokes that we tell. Guard your heart, guard your mouth, honor Christ. God bless.